To the phones we go. Nathan joins us in Omaha, Nebraska. Nathan, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thanks for taking my call today.
You bet.
I'm a mechanical engineer. I've been working in manufacturing and project engineering for about 5 years, and I took the should I quit my job quiz and got wrong role, wrong place.
Uh-oh.
I know, and I also filled out the career clarity guide.
Okay, good.
I got my sentence, and then so based on that, I wanted just to ask you, what roles do you think I would be a good fit for me? I can go over the career clarity.
Yeah, man. That's why we created this resource, Nathan, for you. Folks, what Nathan has done, he took our career clarity guide online. It's basically what I've been walking callers through on Getting Clear, which is stage 1 of meaningful work and living the dream. And so now he's actually got some real details, and you got a sentence out of this, a purpose sentence. So tell me what you found.
So yeah, it says, I want to use my top talents of problem solving, people skills, critical thinking, and my top passions of helping people, problem solving, and working with my hands to help improve people's lives through inventions or problem solving, the work I love to do.
I love it. Okay, so that is really well done. And what's great about that is that's still what I would call 25, 30,000 feet in the air. We want to get even more specific, and that's why you've called today, okay? So let's break this down. So looking at your answers, all right, let's talk about the connection between passion and mission. So the work you love to do, problem solving, working with your hands is what I took away from that, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And so let's talk about the results. What are the results? Get specific for a moment, okay, on the results of problem solving with your hands, because that's really what it is. You love problem solving with your head and your hands, right? And so whether that be creating something that solves a problem or fixing something that solves a problem, I'm guessing that's where you get the juice. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. So tell me, give me some ideas that would be marketplace matches. That's what I like to call this now. So these are things that are in your sweet spot and you're matching it up with a job, a role in the marketplace. What is it?
I don't know if it's fabricating or designing something to help. I don't know if it's from a handicap standpoint or prosthetics or just designing or inventing things to improve people's lives. I'm not sure what a position would like, what exists out there like that.
Okay, great. But that's okay. That's okay, because let's stop there just for a quick second. I'm going to give it right back to you. The good news is you've identified a really specific clue there. You mentioned handicap. That's personal to you. How is that personal to you? Why? Why the handicap? Why is that an idea? I'm fortunate to have good health, and I've growing up, I worked with individuals who had certain disabilities, so I've always wanted to make life easier for people who didn't have the privilege of being healthy. So. Nathan, that's a real big clue as to your why. And that doesn't limit you to only doing work of a design, fabrication, or let's call it fixing type work for people that have handicap challenges. That doesn't limit you to that, but that certainly gives you some clues and some ideas, right? So the question is it more the inventing side, or do we want to move into the marketplace where we start going, all right, listen, I want to go to work for companies that are manufacturing wheelchairs or motorized carts, and you see what I'm saying? We just begin to go, all right, where could I do this type of work? And we begin to brainstorm. That's all we're doing. It's really about list building. And so you get to the point where you go, okay, I could go here, I could go here, I could go here, or you could start a company or you go to work for some type of construction company that specializes in ramps. You know what I mean? Whether it be in commercial settings or residential settings. I passed a house the other day in my neighborhood. It's got a really nice aluminum ramp that goes from the sidewalk up to the front porch because of somebody in the house clearly is needing to use a wheelchair. So you begin to identify, okay, these are all the places that would serve folks that are, and just think about
all the different industries. I'm not even aware of them. You probably are more aware of them than I am. But the idea is you're looking there and then you're going, well, would I want to get into renovations? You know, do I want to get into maybe working for crews that work with insurance companies that go in and solve problems that are more of an emergency nature? I'm just brainstorming right now, but I want to stop for a moment. Yep. And now that I've given you at least something to think about, what comes to mind? What would you do tomorrow? Let's have fun. This is my fun question. What would you do tomorrow, Nathan, if you knew you had the gig and you couldn't fail and you were going to solve problems with your hands? What would you try tomorrow? Say it.
Man, I have a list of ideas that I would start working on if I had a shop or something.
I love it. What would you do? Give me two. Just say it. You need to be able to hear yourself say it.
I have, back in school 5 years ago, I had attachments for strollers or wheelchairs that would help gain access to hard areas, or they were to be able to go off terrain or hard to reach areas that they usually don't have access to. So that's one I would kind of maybe.
Great.
I have the designs for it. It hasn't been invented yet.
Great. So here's the deal. Nathan, I want to encourage you that why don't you get in the industry and actually get a job, a job, we'll call it a day job. It might be more than a day job. It may be close to a dream job because you're working with your hands and you're solving problems. Why don't you get stable and get in that kind of work and let your heart sing and feel that juice? And then on the side, just focus on one of those inventions. Just one. Just one. And let's just get some momentum. And I think your homework assignment is to continue what we were doing, which I started you out and I started brainstorming. I want you to brainstorm all the different ways in the marketplace that you can solve problems with your hands. And this is going to be a fun experience for you. And I think that you are actually in stage 3 of my 7 stages to meaningful work. I think you're clear. I think you're qualified. I think you've already got the chops, don't you? You could come in and start fixing stuff, designing stuff. It's not like you got to go get a college degree for this. So I think you're probably close to qualified. And so that puts you in stage 2, and that means you can begin stage 3. And that's getting connected. And I want you to really use the proximity principle. I'm going to give you the copy of the book, whatever format you want, okay? And I want you to read it.
I actually have it. I'm on chapter 12 right now.
Hey, I like it. So here's the deal, Nathan. I gave you the plan. Start hanging out with people. Get in proximity to people that are doing what you want to do.
Okay.
You realize opportunities are going to come to you when you start having coffee and lunch and talking to people and hanging out on job sites and showing up. You realize that somebody's going to offer you something. There's no question. You got this, man. Way to go, Nathan.